Hi, welcome to Animated Movies. The movie series Mad Max was one of the most fascinating action movies of the 1980s, which also introduced a star named Mel Gibson to the cinema. But after making several squeals for this work by George Miller in the 1980s, this movie was done, and despite many requests from fans for the return of this movie to the cinema, George Miller, after making the last episode, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, had no intention to continue the squeal. However, 30 years after the creation of the last movie of Mad Max, George Miller himself returned to cinema, and this return was accompanied by the remake of his favorite movie series Mad Max. In the new version of the movie, Tom Hardy has substituted Mel Gibson. The narrative of the movie is happening in the future, a time when all the natural resources are about destroying and the earth is turning into an endless desert, which leads to the destruction of the human race. In this era, chaos is at its climax and wild groups are ruling in the region. Max, Tom Hardy, is a victim of the savagery of these people that after the murder of his family at the hand of a group named Boys of War, he has been arrested. The leader of this group is King Joe, Hugh Keays-Byrne. After arresting Max, he was appointed to be the blood bank of Nux, Nicholas Hoult, who is a member of Boys of War, and it seems that a dark destiny is awaiting him. But with the rebellion of a woman named Furiosa, Charlize Theron, and taking 5 spouses of Joe with herself, Joe sends his army for her. After a chase, Max, who was with the group, escaped. Mad Max Fury Road must be separated from all blockbusters in recent years because George Miller, in the remake of his favorite work, abounded lots of common stereotypes and made an artwork that from all aspects is different, new, and fascinating. The point that makes this movie a different work from other common blockbusters of Hollywood is the presentation of action scenes and the rhythm of their performance. Mad Max has a crazy action that is out of the rules of the action genre, an action that is unstoppable, and this non-stop movement does not mean doing it at any cost. In the remake of his apocalyptic world, George Miller has made such crazy moments that till now we have never seen it in any blockbuster movie. In recent years, it seemed like that Fast and Furious movies cannot find a stubborn rival in the chasing genre, but Mad Max came to cinema to change that. Desert chasing scenes of this work employ all kinds of mad behaviors with a stunning speed. The combination of them has led to the creation of one of the most magnificent chases of cinema history. In this movie, the audience would not face a furious edit and a simple zoom in and zoom out in scenes, but also they face a series of interesting sadistic ideas that, with a smart presentation, would cause an unpredictable excitement. In Mad Max Fury Road, the audience would watch unbridled violence that, in contrast to many Hollywood movies in recent years, are not loathsome and are presented to the audience with fantasy and comic atmosphere. However, the violence which is used in this work is so significant, and probably it was never come on the screen like this, but maybe it is one of the rare movies of history of action cinema in which this extreme violence, according to the content of the story, is presented to the audience and would not go out of story and character framework. Actually, we can say Mad Max by nature have violent content, and even the classic version was magnificent in this aspect, and it never goes to the extreme. Tom Hardy, who replaced Mel Gibson in the remake version, has shown great acting from himself. Hardy is a Hollywood star that possesses the ability to play both in action and drama movies. Hardy in Mad Max is sensible for the audience, and he portrayed a man who has nothing to lose perfectly. The opposite role of him is Charlize Theron, who also has a brilliant presence in the movie. Compared to other main actresses in the first series of Mad Max, that Tina Turner is the most famous of them. Theron's position is higher, and her presence in the movie had helped the elevation of other actors and actresses of the movie. I barely remember Theron acting in a movie with such energy and movement. Mad Max Fury Road is a novel case in the production of action movies. Like its name, Mad Max, this movie has limitless madness. That this madness with breathtaking moments and appropriate rhythm created one of the best action movies in recent years of Hollywood. This movie is one of the enumerated works that the story and actions of the movie go along with each other and develop and never fall. For George Miller, Mad Max is a magnificent return to cinema. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Please support my channel. Thank you for your time.